And that's the
how big is that onion?
Size of the crop you get when
the soil's healthy.
Yeah.
I think that
size
is.
of my face.
I think that's the biggest onion I've ever seen. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So cool.
From the farm to the table to the specific restaurants in the area, and the produce is better, it tastes better, it looks better, you know, it lasts longer. Where's the fault in this? It's healthier for you. I can't fault it. For the past 10 years, my dad has been collecting seed from all over the world, heirloom seed. That's how the name Heirloom Foods came to be.
Do you make 100% of your compost on site? Okay, so you don't have to bring in anything else.
No, we don't bring in.
So it all stays on site. That's amazing.
We're really focusing on being self-sufficient. Okay, so this is where the whole process at Heirloom Foods starts, at the compost heap. You have to really know where everything on your farm is coming from. We'll bring that already decomposed organic matter through to our tunnel. It's just easier for the worms in our worm farms to process and turn it over into vermicompost, which we'll eventually use in our tea, which we spread to enhance the microbiome of our soil. This is the third step in our process. So it's the worm tea. So we'll take in this tank, we've got a bigger tank at the back, which we use 6 kgs. In this tank, we only use 2.5 with 30 milliliters of molasses to enhance the microbes. And then we bubble it for 24 hours. So it's running through this pipe. We got a air pump at the back, bubbling to the bottom. We'll open this up and then we'll fill a bucket with it, and then we will spread it on our plant.
Starting at the base and making sure that a healthy plant can defend itself.
Yeah, I always make the example of us as people. So when we take an antibiotic, there's obviously something in our body that has gone wrong. We take the antibiotic, put it down there, but then we have to take probiotics, right, to get our immune system back up again, because antibiotics destroy the immune system. Pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, they're all antibiotics. This that we're making here, it's probiotics. We're adding probiotics back into the soil to get the immune system of the plants up, and inevitably you won't have to be adding all this other poison. This business model that we have running now, we've literally half the cost of our baby marrows. We were getting them for 36 Rand. We are getting them for about 18 now.
And the main reason for that is you're in control of the seed, basically.
We're in control of the seed. Our farmers also understand the business model. They understand that we have to work to a team to, you know, reach our goal. Okay. So they also committed to pushing the price down for us. They're not competing amongst each other anymore. They're working as a team together to create something very special, I think. So the most interesting thing in our bottom field is the lucerne and white clovers, which are nitrogen fixers. If your microbiome in the soil is healthy, you have enough microbes to get to every single root that's in the soil. Okay, certain microbes need to actually attach to a root within 24 hours or else they die off. And leaving your soil bare over the winter, even like this patch here, which has nothing growing in it, can now, all those microbes will disperse into these roots that we got going in the end, and we'll keep them alive. And then when you plant something back in here, all those microbes can attach to this root and feed it again. The vision was we're gonna have these beautiful white strips when the clovers eventually flower, and we're going to have this green strip right in the middle. And
amazing. That's cool. So it's a pathway, it's a covered pathway, but it allows the microbiome to then spread into your actual beds.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Exactly.
Cool. So what do you got in the ground at the moment?
Pink tongue eggplant.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Massive. And then all these are still coming up, and it's really not. And I don't see pests anywhere on my plants. There we go. That one's a bit better.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's crack that open.
Jeez, yeah, like literally like a beetroot inside, hey?
Yeah.
It's got that
awesome,
like
eh?
that color.
And that's what we're focusing on, you know, the niche, unique products.
Amazing.
Bringing a revolution to the food industry.
Awesome.
And that's the
How big is that onion?
Size of the crop you get when
the soil's healthy.
yeah. It's
That's I think
the
that
size
is.
of my face.
I think that's the biggest onion I've ever seen. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So cool.
We like to create our own seeds, so we'll leave this is carrots, we'll let them shoot this, you know, beautiful flower. This will eventually dry up and it will create our own seed. And on this you can see I probably have seed in our cold room that will last us about 40 years just from carrots.
Wow.
Yeah. 2020 COVID hit. I told my dad, look, school isn't working for me, I can't do it anymore. So he was like, okay, you can, you know, you got two options. You got homeschooling or you can either drop out. I was like, of course I want to drop out. Dropped out, I got into agricultural school, got my NQF4. That was also about the same time we were building the farm, 2020. Started working on the farm and fell in love. You know, it was never like, okay, I'm gonna definitely go into farming one day. The passion sort of, you know, grew on me over time. And then, yeah, we're sitting here 3 years later and Munching Mongoose is taking a video of me.
Awesome, man.
There's not many people my age, in my generation that is interested in this type of stuff. So, but people need to eat. So I was like, okay, you know, it's time for me to make a stand, get busy, you know. Awesome.
So I would imagine, but you'll confirm for us now, that a lot of the produce from the farm ends up in the kitchen and then in the restaurant and then on the plates of customers.
Yeah. So every morning the shed and silo will order from us. We'll go to the garden. We'll pick it fresh, straight out of the ground. We'll come deliver it, and then every now and then come down for lunch and eat our own produce.
Best scarecrow ever.